back in here today. We're in that spot that Chance and I tried to get to. Would have been yesterday. So we tried to sneak up here to this spot because there were 4 toms just standing up on this hill for most of the morning, just strutting. So we tried sneaking up here like I said. We got back here to one of these trees and just couldn't make it any farther and couldn't get quite close enough to get a shot. So snuck in here today with a game plan. Somebody sitting right here in this wood pile, hoping that they're going to walk right out here in some of this short grass around this wood pile, and they're roosted right back down here in this straw, right over here behind the camera. And there's one farther over there. Chance is behind me on this field edge. We saw them first yesterday on that field edge, and then they moved over here to this grass pasture. So they're here, they're right close. Like I said, a couple gobbling there, a whole bunch right there, and one over there. So should be good. We're set up in some spots. Hopefully they don't slip around us, but got a game plan for this morning, sitting in these spots. Hopefully it works out for us. I don't know if Chance can see him right now. He should be able to see that big field back there a little bit better, but they flew down right back here. They're roosted in this draw behind me. Kind of sounds like they're moving to the west a little bit, headed out toward that field that we sat on yesterday. So, not sure if Chance can see that direction, but they should be back there in a place where he should be able to get a glimpse of them here pretty soon. Sounds like there's still maybe some hens right back here, but some of those toms sound like their gobbles are coming from farther up that way, back towards that field. There's still one over here, and there's a couple to the south, but hopefully Chance can get some eyes on something from back up there. Not sure what Chance is seeing right now. I think there's a tom and a few hens out there on the field. I can't see them, but I think he can. And then there's 3 jakes and maybe a hen back here behind him, a ways just out here in this pasture eating. They're kind of making their way this way, kind of going that way. So I'm curious as to where that tom went up there, if he's coming kind of down this field edge or if he's just, booking it that way to get away from those jakes. But got some birds out here right now. There's a lot of birds around here. There's a bunch gobbling back over that way. There's a whole bunch gobbling over there. This airplane's ruining the audio. That's always good because I hear turkeys like, predators that come from the air, giant, loud predators that come from the air. That should work out nicely for us. But there was a lot of birds gobbling this morning. There was a whole bunch back there. There were some that came fairly close down here in this bottom I thought might come up here right away this morning. And all those turkeys back here behind us. I heard gobbles even farther west, so quite a few birds around here. So stay for a little bit, try to get in contact with Chance and see what he sees or what he wants to do, see if we can't make a move, get a little bit closer to some of those birds out west there.
Too much stuff.
Yeah. You see that Tom come up over here?
That one that went up the hill?
Yeah. There's 4 jakes behind him.
There's one Tom came up. He's in the field with all those jakes and hens now.
Okay.
He's the only one. That one, I think they're going back this way. It sounded like when he just gobbled. But they're just out on that field. Him and another like super jake half-beard thing is up on that hill with those hens. And yeah, those 4 jakes and a bunch of hens are on that field right now. So we can go right down here and go get them.
Just want to leave your stuff right here?
Yeah, I'm just going to hide it.
Yeah. Just have it
under your
here.
chair.
So if you have to come back, you can sneak right up to your stuff. Okay.
You think they're headed to the gate or are they headed to the implement?
We could leave and get in that draw and just go to the tip where that cedar is. Then they have to come this way.
That's true.
If we think we can get there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, we're out in the open now. Like they might see us moving. We just seen those 2 toms that came close to me this morning that were in that field. They're headed back down to that field we set up on yesterday morning. I also seen another tom and a bunch of hens out there, so we're gonna go real quick, try to cut them off before they get there. Crap, they're going across the road.
Like right by the gate?
Yeah, that dirt road right by the gate.
Okay.
They're going to that field. He's bright red with the white.
They're going right at each other.
Yeah.
What do we do? Sneak up to the field there or what? I mean, someone's getting run off.
Yeah, someone's gonna lose. We just need to know which one it is and which way he goes.
I think we have 2 options. We have, well, there's 3 exits, I think. There's right back here, if he goes back where he went. There's down here, where they cut past that deer blind. And then there's up there on the dam.
Yeah, they're working this way. I don't think they're gonna go back this way. I think it's one of those 2.
I do too. We can get to that spot on top of the dam.
And then
and
look
on top
around.
of the dam, and they go to the left, and right where they're going.
Let's go that way.
Good.
I think if I just kneel like you probably should, they come down. So we seen those two toms break off from those hens this morning and end up coming back down to this field, which is where we were set up yesterday, ironically. But we seen them, we got to that corner, and we seen everybody down here in this corner of this field. There's 3 toms and a bunch of hens. So we took a loop and actually went all the way back around, came down along this creek, and then crawled up right here because this dam is where they like to cross. If they're not going to go back that way, they're usually going to walk right here. So we crawled up. There's a perfect spot to get a shot, so it worked out perfectly. Seen a hen over there, and then seen a couple hens come down. Then we had 2 jakes come down, right perfect, and they were gobbling up here. It must have been them. We thought the ones gobbling were those toms, but it worked out perfect, except for the fact that those toms broke off and went somewhere different. Don't know if they said they made it through before us, or if they broke off. They could be back there where they were yesterday, or they could even be up on this hill. So we're going to do some walking around now, see if we can't hear them or see them. So we're close again, just not quite. Turns out they beat us through there. Yep. Didn't take long to find them. We stepped out from the cedar tree, and right where this dam goes up, they run each other around up there. Where this dam goes up to the top where we've seen them before, he's just standing up there with all his hens. There's some jakes up there that I think they're working off now, so we found them again real quick. Eating the tops off the grass. He's literally like going and then sliding up it. A waiting game now. Our plan is just to sit here and wait them out, see what way they go, and then make a move from there. We could slip down right here and come up pretty close to them, but we're hoping that they stand up there and work back out here to this field. If they do that, they're going to walk right here at about 5 yards. So that's our plan. Just wait them out, see what happens, let them make a move, and then we'll adjust from there. We ended up getting around on those toms again. We snuck up real close there, and like we said, we seen them again up on top of kind of where that dam goes. And we went to go get around on them, and there's a couple Canada geese on the pond, and they started talking, and those toms got nervous and started walking up the other way. We made it all the way around to try to get in front of them and that group of hens again, but never seen them, so they kind of got away from us. Brody's going to be back down here hunting in the next couple days. Going to try to choose the correct spot because they've been walking pretty much in the same couple of spots. Just depends on what time and when. So we're going to try to choose the highest odds spot. So we're going to do some thinking on which spot Brody's going to set up in. Just choosing the right spot at the right time right now. We've been close. We were close yesterday and we were close today. We just needed those jakes to be toms. So it's been some fun hunting. Finally on some birds we can go after. So make sure to like and subscribe. That way you can keep catching these turkey hunting videos.